Alrighty, I've replaced the 50 microfarad 6 volt electrolytic capacitor in this tube tester from Hickok, and now it's time to try it out. Now I stuck a tube in there. That's a, pull that out real quick and we'll look at it. That's a, out of focus, there we go, 12AU7 out of one of my Hickok vacuum tube voltmeters. Now, I've already gone through and used the paper roll to set all of the switches and dials before testing. And as you can see, this thing is still off. I did not want to risk having it go up in flames right away when I turn it on. I've currently got it plugged into my Variac here, which the voltage is set down to 0. And there's my isolation transformer that the Variac is plugged into. And I believe that's the method. You go isolation transformer, Variac, and if I'd built it yet, I would have gone from that to my dim bulb circuit, but I'm still waiting for parts to build my dim bulb circuit. And seeing as there's only one electric capacitor, electrolytic, okay, that's great, electrolytic capacitor in this unit, I think that's the only thing I really needed to worry about. Of course, it's not saying I don't have a shorted resistor somewhere, but looking inside there, everything looks pretty clean and unmessed with. So I'm going to go ahead and give this thing some voltage. Let's crank that up a little. We'll set it for about 50 volts. There we go. I don't know if that dial is 100% accurate, but I think it'll be close enough. And I'm going to wheel over here and hope I don't get electrocuted, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the power switch to the on position. Now, I don't expect a whole lot to happen. In fact, maybe nothing will happen. Maybe 50 volts isn't enough because these lights didn't come on. And I would have assumed that as long as it's good, the fuse light itself would have lit up. And I can turn off the lamp here and check. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything there. So there may be other issues here. Or I just don't have the voltage up high enough. If I crank the knob a little further here, we don't get any meter movement. Of course, there's no saying that this adjustable knob here, this power knob, even functions. But yeah, it's not happy. So let's go back over here. Nothing has exploded at 50 volts. Wish I had a amp gauge hooked up to this, so I could tell what was going on amperage-wise, draw-wise. So I'm going to wheel back around here, and we're going to give this a little more voltage and cross our fingers and hope something doesn't go kaboom and scare the crap out of me. So let's bring this up a little higher. There we go. Man, that is hard to read. Sorry about that. But we are at about 75 volts, give or take, maybe 80. But thereabouts. So come back over here. And we're going to hit this switch again. The switch feels a little crunchy. So I'm not convinced that it works. I don't think you can hear that, but it makes a lot of noise. And again, that's not lit up. And that's not lit up. And those guys in there aren't lit up. I'm going to turn the light off. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything happening here. As my dog chases my cat around. Dog, leave the cat alone. Okay, so let's risk it. I'm going to turn this thing all the way up. Okay, so that's all the way up. It's a proper amount of voltage. There's Salem, kitty. Leave the cat alone. Leave the cat alone. Yeah, I'm a dog parent. My dog does not listen. Okay, so let's try this again. Again, I'm going to try not to touch the body of this thing. And we've got nothing. Now, of course, I don't know what kind of state this thing is in. That lamp could be burned out. And it is acting as the fuse. And if it is burned out, of course, nothing will happen. So, I guess that's step number 2. Since we're not getting any power, I'm going to have to pull that lamp and test it to make sure it's good. If it's not, I'll replace it. We'll see how it goes.